the dark, and you glared at me so loudly that I burst into confetti for the things I wish I had done differently. Will you search for me when I go missing? You know where I'll be. Will you search for me when I go missing? You know where I'll be. You know where I'll be.
I'm not going out, I'm staying right here in my basement. Just gotta chill and later write a song about it. Just like the fact that I'm getting older every day. Sometimes I hate myself for saying shit like this. Jumping out the window, building your own skyscrapers, using broken pieces of Lego. It's just like my house, but way bigger, better. Somewhere not aware of problems people have. Some of us don't care when the hours don't pass by. Somewhere not aware of problems people have. Some of us don't care when the hours don't pass by. Thought you'd be the one noticing a steady season. I'd be the one to say forget from all frame stuff in motion. Some say secret stuff will keep in touch. I won't let you go nowhere, I'll stay the same old man. Not going out, I'm staying right here in my basement. Just gonna chill and later write a song about it.
Hello there, how's it going? My name is Adam, I'm from the band We Were Promised Jetpacks. I'm here to play some songs online for you. I hope you enjoy it. I want to say thank you to Big Scary Monsters for asking me to play and generally just being really nice people and supporting our band. So thank you to Kevin, Dave, and Josie and everyone else on the team for being so nice to us all the time. Thank you. We are here for the first Big Scary Monsters online pop-up. I hope everyone's enjoying it and finding some stuff that appeals to them. We're raising money for the Music Venues Trust as well. So let's save our venues so bands like us have somewhere to play when we're all allowed to do that again. I'm just going to get stuck right into the songs. The first song I'm going to play is from an EP that is being released on the 26th of this month. It's called Out of Interest, and it's songs that didn't quite fit into the last record we put out with Big Scary Monsters, The More I Sleep, The Less I Dream. So there's some songs from those sessions and some sort of demo versions we've done of songs that did make that record. So yeah, that's out if you want to go and have a listen to that. I'm going to play us the first song from that EP, which is called Same Mistakes.
Time to give up, a time to roll over. 'Cause me and myself, we're getting closer and closer. And what have I done? I've covered the only path I'd ever worn, sucked into the ether, never to return. It's all in my head, and I'll give up everything to keep talking with you instead. It's all in my head, and I'll burst apart. Walking the same streets I did, you're making the same mistakes I made. And there's sixes and sevens, let me lean on your door. Just a couple more seconds, I'm more than before. I've quadrupled my efforts, I've left no stone unturned. What do I fear? Why disappear? It's all in my head, and I'll give up everything to keep talking with you instead. It's all in my head, and I'll burst apart. You're walking the same streets I did, you're making the same mistakes I made. Hold my light up in a blackened sky so that we can see that I am. Go where you want, I might not follow, I've not got time for that. Give me a clue so I can find you, I'm putting a stop to this. Walking the same streets I did,
Thank you. The next song I'm going to play is a song called Sink Like a Stone. It's quite an old one, wrote it quite a while ago, but I always like playing it when I've got like little solo shows to do. So I'm going to play that one now. It's called Sink Like a Stone.
Seconds, and those minutes and seconds mean more than everybody else's. All glued together. Now we with fear in an unfriendly atmosphere, and I'll sing like a stone. Some people are with us for minutes and seconds, and those minutes and seconds mean more than everybody else's. All glued together. The front door is open and the back door is open. Wind is howling through. Now we wait fear in an unfriendly atmosphere, and I'll sing like a stone, and I'm gone. You know I'm gone. Now we fear in an unfriendly atmosphere, and I'll sing like a stone. And I'll sing like a stone. And I'll sing like a stone. Back to where I belong. And I'll sing like a stone. Back to where I belong. And I'll sing like a stone. Back to where I belong.
I don't know how I feel awkward still with silence in between. There's no one here. There's nobody here to feel awkward about silence after this song. I hope you didn't hate that. I don't know who I'm talking to. I'm playing a song from our first record, These Four Walls. This song is called This Is My House, This Is My Home. Thank you. Why am I saying thank you? There's no one here. Well, thank you for watching, if you did. If you missed a boring chat at the start, my name's Adam from We Were Promised Jetpacks. Thank you to Big Scary Monsters for asking me to play some tunes. I've got one more I'm going to play. This song is called Hanging In, and it's from our last record, which we released with Big Scary Monsters in September, October 2018. And we're working on a new one, so hopefully have some new music for people to hear that are interested. So yes, this is the last song. It's called Hanging In. Hope everyone has a lovely day, and really hope to see some of you in real life soon. Take care, everyone. Thank you.
Something I could share, but no one knows me better than I know myself. But I'm forgetful when it seems to suit me most. There's something I should say. Something's on my mind, but no one knows you better than you know yourself. So don't be nervous, and maybe I'll admit I know I'm not so smart, but no. Push me, don't push me, don't push me, don't push. Don't push me, don't push me, don't push me, don't push me, don't push. You're walking me, talking me, pushing me under the bus. You're walking me, talking me, pushing me under the bus. Don't rush me, don't rush me, don't rush me, don't rush me, don't rush. Don't push me, don't push me, don't push me, don't push me, don't push. Don't push.
Thank you for watching. Have a lovely day. Bye.
get, less I see. No light, more tunnel. For every complicated situation, there is a very simple motive. Mine had a hive of rumor. I feel the two-hand circle. There isn't enough time. I was taught to trust the mirror, but now I see it's not right. The harder I struggle, the more I feel the burn. Soundless laughter I heard. I know I'll prove it wrong. I wanna be somebody. I wanna be somebody else. For every complicated situation, there is a very simple motive. Mine had a hive of rumor. I feel the two-hand circle. There isn't enough time. I was taught to trust the mirror, but now I see it's not right. The harder I struggle, the more I feel the burn. Soundless laughter I heard. I know I'll prove it wrong. I wanna be somebody. I wanna be somebody else. For every complicated situation, there is a very simple motive. I wanna be somebody. I wanna be somebody else. I wanna be somebody. I wanna be somebody else. Closer I get, less I see. 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 Closer I get, less I see.
And somewhere sleeping I relearned to have my doubts. I don't like you, and I don't have to, and I won't see you unless I have to. I don't like you, and I don't have to, and I won't see you unless I have to.
I'm a part of you, my only part that makes me want to fall in love. I was blind yet I could feel no pain to gain, no symmetry to hold. And I get why you had to leave. You don't see me the way that I see you. Now I've got used to all the ways to feel you, 'cause you're just a shining star. How you make me laugh and watch me go at it again. 'Cause she's got the greatest smile, and she's got the saddest smile. Is this basic? Is this true? I don't see how you face you. Hum our favorite tune to all the kids who'd kill to be in our shoes. How do I forget when I'm just breaking myself every night? Now I've got used to all the ways to feel you, 'cause you're just a shining star. How you make me laugh and watch me go at it again. 'Cause she's got the greatest smile, and she's got the saddest smile. 'Cause she's got the greatest smile, and she's got the saddest smile.
It's what the internet's for, isn't it? Dogs going mad.
Right, let's do this then.
Okay.
What's your earliest memory of each other's bands?
I'm going to go
Open the
first.
floor. Anyone can start.
I'm going first. Fuck you all. My earliest memory is when Cassell's and the New Tusk were on tour together, and they played a show at Prince Albert in Brighton, and Jim had long hair, and we spoke to them afterwards, and I said, "What's up?" And they were like, "Hey," and I was like, "That was sick," and they're like, "Cool, thanks, man." And them didn't really hang out. That was it. Good show though.
Yeah.
Really good show.
That's the same for me because that's when we met. So it would have been the same for all of us.
Yeah. That's why I wanted to go first, because I really wanted to tell that
let's
story.
get that out of the way. The only other thing I'll add to that is, interestingly, very interestingly, really interesting this point. Oh, I had long hair. Tom had short hair.
That's true, actually.
Yeah. It's reversed.
It's funny, that, isn't it?
Bonker.
In fact, I mean, yours was probably a bit shorter than this, and mine probably a bit longer than that. It's funny how the world works.
Yeah, yours wasn't short, was it?
I
was
think
pink.
it was a little bit after I shaved my head.
Was it? Oh, I remember it being a.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It grew out pretty quick, and it was like a little barber cut or something. Yeah, still pink though.
I'd like to go with a bonus here, by the way. I saw Cassell's at Green Door Store playing with I Told You I Would Eat You before we played with you.
Oh shit!
That was the first time I'd seen you.
Wow.
So,
ages ago.
a bit of that. Didn't expect that, did you?
Well, we probably saw you. We just didn't know what we were looking at.
Jim, Jesus.
You know, we must have seen you with our eyes on stage.
Anywhere, yeah, for sure.
This man just dazzled looking back at us like, God, I hope I get to play with them one day.
It's like that Instagram photo with the heart where it's like, dum, num, 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 num.
Exactly it, yeah. Anything to add, Lawrence?
What you got, Loz?
I got nothing. You covered all bases. You covered
all bases.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Good. We've all covered that one then.
Yeah. Well done, boys.
Well done, Loz.
What's your early memories of us, Connor?
I'm pretty. What, like collectively or individually?
One for gender roles, one for Cassell's.
The first time I heard of Cassell's was when Dave told me to stop listening to shit music and listen to Cassell's.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
That sounds about right.
Fuck yeah. Go dog it. Go dog it.
You're going to get that tail one day.
Isn't it? You
He's
are
got
going to
it.
reach your goal.
And the first time I heard gender roles,
Listen to
it's going
gender
to be a
roles
real
right
pain in the ass, I feel.
now. For the dog as well.
Yeah.
By the end of it.
I'm pretty sure the first time I saw gender roles was in a kitchen or a living room somewhere. I can't remember where.
Oh, Southampton maybe.
This dog is really pissing me off.
It's funny though. It's like an added little bit. It's like if you had like a monitor with stuff playing, but it's just IRL dog going.
Dog cam.
Yeah.
Dog cam.
Yeah.
Dog cam.
Yeah, I think the first time I saw gender roles was in that house in Southampton. I drank.
Yeah. That was a good show. Broadway tour maybe.
There was that time when, was it Great Escape, where you guys like maybe had your first meeting with BSM and they did the classic BSM thing of just like buying you loads of pints, getting you really drunk, and then you had to play it.
Yeah, Kevin Dave. Yeah, it was.
Was it
no,
Prince Albert?
It was Pavtav.
Oh yeah, upstairs at the Pavtav.
It was for
Yeah.
God Damn It.
That is
Which
a
is a
Yeah.
cat that does Washed Out now.
Yeah.
And James Hunt as well. It was then, and then it was like, it was still super early on. I think we were like maybe a year in or something. And then, yeah, just like hung out before, had so many beverages. And then Dave came up to us all and then said, "We're watching now, so don't fuck up." And then went in the crowd, and then we had to play.
Yeah, I was there. We were
I
there
don't
for
remember
that.
playing that show at all.
Do you remember being there, Loz? We were there for that.
It
We
rings
must
a
have.
bell, but there's a lot of great escapes that sort of just merge.
Nah,
into
it was
one.
Pavtav. It wasn't Great Escape. It was Pavtav. Just for
Oh,
like
I thought it was
for
Great
God Damn It
Escape.
Fest. Yeah.
you sure? I swear
It was Great Escape.
Why were we there then, Jim?
Was it during Great Escape? Was it like an old
Yeah.
escape thing?
It might have been an alt escape. Yeah, we must
yeah,
have
I
been
think one of
playing.
us.
Play as well.
We must have been playing Great Escape that year.
Yeah.
We might have done the BSM thing.
2016, 2006. Must have been 16 because put out Laser Rush in 17, didn't we? So.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe 2016. I reckon. Yeah.
Well, I reckon we
Crazy.
must have played the BSM thing at Brighthelm that year.
Oh, did you like the showcase thing?
Yeah, which was really
yeah,
good.
shit.
Apart from we went out, maybe that was so. That, yeah, we went out. We maybe like hung out with you guys. We stayed at Max from the New Tusks.
Yeah.
And for some reason, we had to be at sound check at 9 a.m, and like it was just horrendous. We had to like, it was just like so out of it.
When we did the
yeah.
When we did the BSM showcase at Prince Albert, we were playing at like 11 in the morning, like maybe midday or something.
Really?
Connor, when was that?
That must have been 2017, 18, yeah.
I think 18, yeah.
But on a more serious note, what is the one thing that you respect about each other the most?
Seamless, that Connor. Absolutely seamless.
I've done this before.
In terms of bands or individual people?
Both.
Oh, fuck. One was so much longer than the other one.
You can pick, Bennett. You can pick which one you want to talk about, band or person.
I'll do both. There's only two of them. It's sick. Band-wise.
They're sick.
Yeah,
two of them.
They're so fucking
great,
sick.
Isn't it? It's like the White Stripes.
Yeah, but like we're like good and stuff.
Cheers.
Yeah, band-wise, I reckon I respect the fact that they do sound like Cassell's, and it is a very unique thing. And I can't hear it anywhere else. If I want to hear that sound, it has to be something they've put out, and I respect that because you don't get that a lot these days. It's really hard to do that.
That's
it's
good.
fucking sick. Individual people, Jim is like insane with words. Lilford always calls him a wordsmith, which I think is like amazing. But yeah, respect that. That's fucking sick. Loz is one of the bright lights in my life, and when things go dark, I don't even have to turn to Loz. I can just think of Loz. it brightens my day, and I respect that.
Loz will always come through with the goods.
Doesn't even have to come through. Just exist, and I'm good. It's cool.
So the thing you like most about Loz is he exists.
Yeah, I think that sums it up absolutely perfectly. I respect the fact that Loz exists. That's cool.
Loz, what do you respect about Gender Oz, individually or as a band?
I'll tell you what, just personally, the fact that Tom exists means
classic rebuttal.
And I can't tell Jordan and Jed apart. They just merge into
They're doing it right now. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's amazing they've merged. Have you, Loz, have you ever mistaken with them? Like IRL?
From behind, probably, a couple times. Yeah.
In fact, I think I still do that now. It's only when they get different haircuts that it's like, I'm good for a bit.
Yeah, there's no like hilarious story when I was like, oh, it's time when I thought Jordan was Jeddah. Like, oh no, that's Jordan. Or, that's Jeddah.
Run, by the way.
Wait,
He'll be on in like 5 minutes. So you'll have to ask him a question, Connor.
I've got a question for him, don't worry.
Have you got a really hard one?
Yeah.
Horrible one.
Yeah, but what's the question as well?
Shall I go about your? So this is sort of combines personal and band, and I think just the genuineness and unpretentiousness of your band and as people. But like, I mean, you guys have done some like amazing stuff, and you're doing really well, which is awesome. And you're just like the same. You've not let any of like I've met bands who you know, have done far less than you guys and are so far up their own asses and
Yeah, same.
are really like, think they're the big bollocks, and you guys just aren't at all, and you're just very grounded and obviously make amazing music as well. So that's what I'd say.
Jimbo.
Lovely to hear.
That was a nice one. I like that.
Well, sticking on music then, Jordan, what Cassell song would you steal if you could?
Haven't heard the new ones yet. You'd probably nick one of them. They're the best.
Yeah.
I want it.
Hey, Jordan, the first track on our new album is just like a techno tune. It's just like it's like 7 minutes long.
Yo.
And it's just like, pretty much, and it's just like a loop. It's just like a loop thing. It's pretty. I think you'd be into
sick.
it.
I'll remix it
from the back.
Yeah, let's do that.
Turn it from techno into techno.
I'll put a fucking donk on it. It'll be proper sick and that.
If more people put a donk on things, the world would be a better place. Like a donk is a necessity.
Yeah, totally.
You all need a donk. What song would you steal, Jordan? Answer the question.
It'll be when complete. It's when completing handshakes, isn't it?
Yeah.
The title, properly. Yeah, like. Yeah, kind of floored me the first time I heard it, and then luckily, when we did our first tour together in 2018, summer
2018.
Yeah. Trying to put some chronology in here for you, Connor, just so it flows a little better.
I got some notes. Don't you worry about it.
But yeah, and then like when you see a band play, like. That felt like a bit of a step into a little bit of new territory for you. It was a bit of a more raw and like a bit more atonal, I guess, and a bit like out there. And I really enjoyed. I think part of the reason why I love that song and love to hear it, and then love seeing you play it, is because I saw you playing it for like the first time, maybe, or the first few shows when you were like working out and you were like. So into it, because when you first play like a new song as a band, it's always a bit of a shit, but it usually starts off very much like this is fucking sick, and like that's how I could get that from both of you when I was watching it. So like
Loz playing drums in that song is so fucking sick.
It's just the most simple one to play, so I can just rock out. It's the one I have moves for.
I think it's the open hand thing. I think that's what like makes it look so sick in that song. It's because you were literally just swinging the whole time. So sick. I love
Your rage.
You always so that I swear, like all the fucking really good Loz photos recently have been from that song.
Yeah.
Because you go into like Hulk mode, all of a sudden it's well funny.
Yeah.
There's a bit. Oh fuck! I always forget what song it is, but I swear there's a certain song that Jim gets loads of photos in as well, and he does like this like crazy face and this like sort of like folds in on himself and his tongue's hanging out and stuff. But there's a certain song where you like.
There's a bit in where Jim's figured out this little routine where I do like a film when he goes.
Oh, sick! I bet that looks so good.
It's kind of lame at first, but I'm just used to it now. It's funny.
I just think I like the stage presence stuff. It looks so good, especially because there's two of you. You kind of got to be a little bit.
Got to jump about a bit.
To like do something. You know what I mean?
It's a lot more fun as well. Like when I first moved to London, and I was basically started going to gigs again. There was lots of like. Mood, like the thing at the time was like moody post-punk bands who the whole thing was to look aloof and like you didn't like
just look down the fucking
or just look like oh god I can't be arsed, and like so when we were like first started, that's what I thought you had to do, and like it's actually really hard because you're just like really enjoying yourself, but you've got to be like oh no don't act like
it's like when you can't just like be like fuck yeah in a cinema like
exactly
watching a film is like
or a library.
Like trying to keep it in or something. Yeah, like reading a book. Fucking, I died?
Come on, Harry! Come on!
Jim, if you could steal one, Jim.
If I could...
What?
If I could steal a gender role song, so my heart would say Bubble, just because that's probably my favourite gender role song. Like I remember again hearing that one at the garage when you guys were supporting Pup, and me and Loz would just like turn to each other and we were like, this is just like, again, like, you know, when a band, like, I guess because we know each other fairly well as well, like when you just do something, like take something in a bit of a different direction, we were just like, this is so good.
Yeah, for
The thing
sure.
about that song is it could just keep going as well. You could just go and then do a
Yeah.
It never has to end. That's an idea for you.
Yeah. Keep
So my
going.
heart would say that. I feel like that would maybe fit in our set best as well. You know, it's got some little like detours and things.
Yeah, out of all of them, that would probably be the one that would.
It makes the least sense, which means it was But then my head would just be like one of the popular ones. So Plastic or something, because then people would like us more.
I'd go About Her personally. When we played you guys in Brighton the first time, I was waiting for a solid year before that came out.
Yeah, Loz. So this is before you put out. This is before you even recorded that EP.
Yeah.
Loz got that, and even I did. Like got that
stuck in my head
buried in.
months, honestly. Like,
I remember you saying about that.
That's pretty mad to hear a song once and then just be like,
remember it. Yeah.
Good shout actually. Yeah.
Good tune.
Well,
I don't know. I might like. If I had to choose a Cassell's tune, I think I would. I find it so hard because you know when you just like you listen to an album and then your favorite song changes like every fucking day. I think it would either be Mink Skin Coat just because that's my jam and that's got some tings that makes my heart feel good, or Melting Butter because it makes my body feel bad and that makes me feel good. And I feel like I would love to have a song like Melting. Like I think like similar to Jim, like Mink Skin Coat for us would suit the set. I think it's just like such a fucking nice song as well. But Melting Butter, I'd love to have a fucking riff, like Melting Butter riff. I want a bit like a little bit crunchy town. So yeah, that would be my choice.
As Jed's decided to boycott this event due to whatever reason, I think a good question would be Cassell's chaps. Would Jed ever be allowed to play bass in Cassell's? Could he fit the mould?
Well, not now. After this debacle,
Correct.
He's failed the interview. He's not even
This
showed
was
up.
the gig.
He's not even showed up to the interview.
Jed's out of the band, and we're now a supergroup.
Yeah.
With no bass players.
We're like
two drummers.
2 times 2 piece.
2 drummers, 2 guitars.
2 guitars through guitars and bass amps, and then 2 drummers with.
So there's too much bass, even though there's no bass.
Yeah, there's like there's already twice as much bass as there should have been without a bassist. That sounds fucking sick. To be fair,
I would like to see that. 2021. There has to be some sort of mashup show.
It'd be like Crasher Rhinos if Crasher Rhinos just got fucking steaming and fought each other
and didn't have 2 bass players.
Had minus 2 bass players.
Yeah.
Right, well, we've only got like a couple minutes left before Zoom decides to kick us off. So I think
doesn't it do that thing where it's like auto time?
Yeah.
Like you get another bit, don't worry.
No, I've got an alarm message, mate. I've got a countdowner.
I can see the countdown,
Yeah,
but
same,
it has
but
been
I swear
nice.
It's going to get to
now.
the end and then be like, "Oh, you good?"
Been worrying until now, I'd say.
Anyway, go on. Do you think
we can always recall? That's one option.
That is.
We're just having fun, Connor. Jesus, it's been a hard week.
Make engaging content for everyone.
Just edit it.
Crazy.
Just edit it.
Just edit it out. What was your lasting memory of playing 11 shows in a row together, individually? So we start with Jordan.
Was that the tour?
Yeah, you did 11 shows.
Yeah, the one the
tour.
Yeah,
the Belgian show was the last
like
one.
Fucking
At that festival.
Oh, way more than that.
For like 2 months.
That's what you remember. Just that
11
it felt
days.
Longer than it was. It's longer than that, wasn't it? It was like 2 weeks. It was 2 weeks.
Maybe it was 11 shows.
11
No,
shows.
it was more than that. We had one day
we
off,
did
and
back
it was
to back. We did back.
We had one day off, which we were meant to be playing in Bremen, and it got cancelled.
Oh, and you got because of the World Cup thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I swear it was more than 11 days.
Yeah. It was a solid 2 weeks. We were meant to be doing like 15 shows or something. We ended up doing 14, something like that.
Yeah.
You need to do your fucking homework, Connor.
I made a really nice post for that, Connor, and you didn't even fucking look at it, bro.
Well, I'm just checking it right now, lads.
No, I bet it's 11 days as well.
You started in Cologne on the 19th, and then you
Yeah.
played a show on the 20th, 21st, 22nd, 23rd, 24th, 25th, 26th, 27th, 28th, 29th, and 30th. So
Wow.
that's 12 dates.
Well, there you go.
Well, you were fucking right
dick.
anyway, weren't you, knobhead?
Came in swinging around that one, didn't I?
What was the last thing? What was the question again? What was the last thing?
The last memory of tour.
What was
Lasting memory.
Lasting
Oh,
memory.
lasting memory.
12 shows.
Oh,
Last memory.
fuck, that's so
There's
much
a lot.
harder than the last memory.
The last
Again,
thing memory was.
Jordan, you go first. Go on. Jordan, if you could say the lasting memory of that.
He asked. Didn't he ask me?
Go on. Yeah, after, come on.
Why
Jordan,
not?
no,
It's
Jordan,
the
you
tour,
go.
Jordan. The tour.
Jordan,
Remember the
you
tour?
go. It's the
Yeah, the
lasting
12
memory
days.
of that tour that we did.
Stop lampooning me.
Altogether.
The last
Right,
thing
cheers,
memory.
Jordan. Jim, what about
See you later.
Yo,
There were some highlights and lowlights.
I want to hear about them.
I'll give you a flavour. What are some? So, don't touch the cable, which Tom touched on. Maybe I'll leave that one for him to elucidate upon.
he's good with words, isn't he? He's read a couple of books, isn't he?
Elucidate.
Elucidate. Fuck off. I don't even know what that means, and it's
It's a nine.
impressive.
Travel number.
It's a 9 on Countdown. That's all you need to know. I
I'm
don't know if it
googling
is.
it.
That's how many letters it is.
No, I don't. I'm just joking.
Oh,
Um,
you had me forward. That's cool.
I remember Tom being like, do you remember like the last day getting to thingy? Tom, so
Yeah.
basically we had to drive from Switzerland. So we had to leave at 3 a.m. after like 2 hours sleep. And so
Yeah.
Jordan and Jed were driving, which is hard enough, but they were like doing it in shifts. And Tom just like stayed up the whole like to keep them company. I don't know why none of us offered like, Tom, do you want to come?
Everyone was
have this
sleeping though.
thing?
Everyone was fucking knackered. So I was just,
I feel
I didn't
bad.
even think about it at the time though.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a nice memory, but just Tom just being, you were such a fountain of joy, and like that, what lack of sleep can do to a man is it was just perfectly illustrated. You were just like a zombie.
When we arrived, yeah. It was
Yeah,
bad.
and I'm
It was
glad
so
you
bad.
got like the promoter just like took you aside, right, and like took you to bed.
He took me to the driver room where they didn't tell bands, they just told drivers, and it was just like, go to sleep.
Yeah, well, it's a good job because you're like that was before your set, right? It was a good job you got some sleep.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I mean, I didn't really. I got rest. I don't think I got sleep because it was above the stage, like the main stage. So I was like, but just being chill and just like closing your eyes.
The thing is, like, the accommodation the night before in Switzerland was like the nicest accommodation. we had.
So
good
annoying.
as well. Got like 2 hours.
2 hours sleep.
Last in memory, what was like some of the there's so many highlights. It's hard to pick one, you know.
I think just like there's so many. Yeah, there's so many, man.
I mean, all the gigs were good. The gigs. I remember the first gig we played. I think the first show was in Oberhausen, right? And it was it was all of our first shows.
No, the first show was in Cologne, wasn't it?
No, yeah. You're right.
And then we went to Oberhausen the next.
So
day.
Oberhausen was like where it was a bit more of like an established venue. Like Cologne was great.
It was
like
was it Druckluft?
Druckluft, yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Cologne was more of a DIY kind of thing, which was awesome. But
Yeah.
I remember getting to Oberhausen and they had this huge fridge full of beer.
Oh,
and then
yeah.
and then like we being the scummy English men that we are, like there's this video of me and Jordan like, come on lads, let's get all this. Don't know when we'll see any beers again on this whole tour. So like there's just this video of us walking out with this huge like bag full of rattling beer.
A full gym bag of beer. Yeah,
It was pathetic and embarrassing. And then
they
we got
lasted so long though.
we got to the next venue and there was the same deal, like a huge fridge, and we just had too much beer. We couldn't drink any. And that reminds me of another amazing point where
Is it the one where we got caught when Simon had to piss in a bottle? No,
it was Jed.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah,
Jed has
Jed,
pissed
we
in the
literally
bottle, yeah.
stopped for a loo break. Jed had gone to the toilet, and then like 2 minutes after we got back onto the autobahn, we got pulled over.
No, it's because while we were waiting for Jed to
yeah.
have a wee, the back door was open and there's just bottles of beer just everywhere. And then got pulled like 2 minutes after.
And then poor Jed had to go give a urine sample after just relieving himself.
Yeah.
So he was stood there, the poor bastard, just like, come on. It took about 10 minutes.
Fuck. Fair play though, like killed that. Fair
And
play.
so I'm going off on one now, but remember that other time we got stopped by the police as well?
And they swabbed our hands.
Yeah,
Oh,
Simon, our mate who come with us, he was just like, don't say anything. We're like, what? And he was like, just don't talk. And then like they would speak to us, they're like, have you smoked any narcotics in the last 48 hours? And they looked at him and he was just like, they were like, have you smoked? And they were like, sorry, he's not talking. And he was just like,
he's not talking.
Yeah, he just refused to talk.
Yeah, he just didn't have any of it, did he?
Nah. So then they swabbed all of our hands. And they had guns and shit. It was pretty mad.
Yeah, that was when we got pulled out the side of the road, but there was loads of traffic the other side, and everyone going past was like, fuck you. Yeah, that was mad. That was like one of my lasting memories was like the last day. And it was like, as you were saying, Jim, like the sleep deprivation. And I remember before being told about the secret room, I tried, it was like, bearing in mind, it was like probably like 40 degrees that day as well. It was like the hottest day I've ever been in, for sure. And like the van had no aircon that tour as well. Everyone remembers that.
Oh yeah, the van was fucked, wasn't it?
It's so fucked.
It took us like an extra 3 hours on what the sat nav said every single journey.
Yeah, because it went like 40 miles an hour on the autobahn, and everyone was like, "Get out the fucking way!"
Like a fridge in it and a fucking kettle and
an Xbox. Why would you? I'd rather it went quicker, to be fair. But yeah, one of my lasting ones was so staying up with the boys and just like chatting shit and just having fun, and then like really getting tired and then trying to sleep in the van. But remember that bed in the back that was like that close to the fucking ceiling, and it was so hot, and like you couldn't open the doors because the bands were playing, and you're just like trying to sleep. And I remember just like, you know, when you just like, oh my god, I'm gonna go sleep, and fucking Simon opened the van door to get his bag, and no joke, I like jumped out of the bed and was just like screaming in his face, and I was like went so fucking skits at him, and like he went so quiet and just.
I was like walking down like towards the van, and then you were just like storming away from the van, just like. With no top
on, like no shoes or anything, just like
no shoes on, but like with jeans and socks on, and you're just like, I was like, what's going on?
I had to find him like a few hours later. It was like after we played and we were all just like chilling, having a beer. I found him. I was like, dude, I'm so fucking sorry for just like screaming at you. I'm like, I don't even know what I was thinking, man. Like I was just about to fall asleep and you like, woke me up. I was like bummed, but yeah.
Do you remember that time with Simon in Prague? Was it Prague? Where we like went out.
Day.
Yeah, the bad day. We went out after the show, and then we were like, it was pretty late. It was like, I don't know, 2, 3 in the morning. We were like, right, let me go.
In that bad place.
Yeah. And he was like, no, I'm just going to stay out.
Oh, yeah.
Stay out. And we were like, well, no, because like we don't want to be driving around tomorrow looking for you, Simon.
You had like 10% battery.
Yeah, we were like, he was like, I'll find my way back. It's fine. And I was like, how much battery have you got on your phone? And he's like, 10%. And I was like, no. And he's like, it'll be fine. I'll find my way home. Like, you're not. And we had to like tell him off. Like,
oh yeah,
and then he was
a word, didn't we?
And then he was like, on the way back, he was like, I'm setting my alarm for 7 a.m. just to fucking annoy all of you.
Yeah, for sure.
What a cool guy.
Crazy.
He was weird.
No, to be like, we were saying all this stuff, but he was like the most fun on that tour. He was like, he was great to have with him and Ben as well. Like Ben was sick.
Loz, what was your lasting memory of that tour?
It was actually Prague, to be honest. I think Prague will stay with me forever for the bad reasons. It's an amazing tour, but there's something about Prague that I just occasionally have nightmares about. Like even still,
That particular day in Prague was.
It was more the flat, right?
it just deteriorated gradually throughout the day, and then
And then the next day with the ticket and blocking the dustbins and stuff.
yeah, lots of bins and got like a
Yeah, we stayed in this flat and we had this fucking hench van, and we basically stayed in like a cul-de-sac, and the parking space the only parking space that we could fit in was like 2 parking spaces, and it was right by the entrance of said cul-de-sac. And we're like pulling up, everyone's knackered, and we say to the person we're staying with, like, is it cool to park here? Please just say yes or no, because if it's
And you
no,
could get
we'll
a car
find somewhere.
I will say now, you could get a because
You could get a single car.
through a
Yeah,
car.
like it would be like you'd have to wait your turn to get out and in, but like people could deal with it, whatever. It's one night, and we got there fucking late as well, I swear. And yeah, we stayed in this flat. It was fucking crazy. And then the next day, basically, it turned out it was bin day the next day.
Oh.
And this fucking hench like dustbin was trying to get through, and I think Jed stayed in the van that night as well. And like there was people like banging on the doors and stuff, and he was just like wasn't waking up. And yeah, so basically like we got this, we all woke up and we went to go get bags and like go see Jed and like make sure it's cool. And then like all these people stood outside their houses with bin bags, just like so moody.
He was like shell shocked. He was just sat there like,
yeah,
he's loads of like people have just been shouting at me all morning.
Yeah, he started waking up obviously with a bang on the door, being like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And then he was just like stayed in the van like chilling. And then yeah, we just got like basically we got an equivalent parking fine that was like twice the amount that we collectively got paid at the show that night.
It was like 300 quid or something, the parking fine.
It was at least 300 quid, yeah.
Yeah, but we never paid it. Like,
they just made us go back. Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, Rory, who we rented the van from, he was like, "Oh, can you hold on to it? Because next time I'm in Prague, I'll just put the ticket on my dashboard and just park wherever I want." Because, like, yeah, they don't apparently in Europe they don't have access to like DVLA records, so like it doesn't find its way back to you. Top tip for any touring bands.
I can tell you that is absolutely rubbish because
Oh, really?
2 speeding fines in Austria, and the company I rented from in Prague were very adamant that I needed to pay those parking fines.
But maybe it's because you had. Did you have a European van though? Our van was from the UK.
He was driving a van that's like at the start of Dumb and Dumber that's like shaped like a dog, and they were like, "Fuck, is that dude?"
Jordan, what was your lasting memory of that tour? Last one.
Very good. Had fun.
Worth the wait.
Peter Beardsley. What else? Yeah, it was. I think it was our first time in Europe, wasn't it? Like for all of it.
Yeah.
It was just like.
I think you guys had maybe played in France before.
Yeah, maybe we've done like a couple of shows in France, but not properly toured.
It was like collectively like proper mainland, like going to shows and stuff.
Yeah, it was like yeah. So it was kind of just like it's still like a total novelty now. And I don't know if I prefer. I kind of prefer it like touring over there at the moment. I just kind of because it's like in like different places. But yeah, it was just fun to like do all that together. Like it was class. But it's always like well lucky because I guess we already met before, but like everyone got on perfectly. So it was never any like divisions in the group and shit. We've always been quite lucky with that. But
Apart from when Tom shouted at Simon. But...
I know. Do you know what? I still feel still feel awful about it. Poor Simon. He must have been so bummed out.
He'd had his own, you know.
I forgot it was the World Cup as well.
Do you remember when he read 4 books at the same time and told a word from each thing to make up different sentences?
No, but that sounds exactly like something he would have done.
That was so fucking funny. We were just like, it was one of like the big long drives, and everyone was getting like a bit like restless and stuff.
Oh, I think I remember.
And then he just like pulled out 4 books and was like, "Right, I'm going to read one word from each book on each line, and this is going to tell a story.
Like the
He just
real
did it for like 20 minutes.
He's such a massive child, that man, isn't
I
he?
love it. It was so good
Yeah.
to have. It was so good.
Yeah, the World Cup. Remember, we were like, what?
Oh yeah, it was the World Cup, wasn't it?
5 hours late to that show in Zwickau because we stopped to watch the World Cup in a Burger King.
Oh yeah.
Some of us
On a dodgy
stopped
telly,
to
people walking
watch.
past.
I
There was
paced
like- it was-
outside.
It was by the door, and there was people like walking by.
Oh, on that shitty little TV
Yeah,
where we were like
shitty
behind a
little-
barrier, and there was
Yeah.
like a screen this big.
No, there was like 2 barriers, and then there was like the central bit where people were walking through. And there was like, a TV on the other side of the thing.
Like normally it was like a menu for something for sure.
And we were playing like some terrible team that we were obviously going to beat. Yeah, it was like 6-0. I don't know why we just sit and watch the whole thing. And we were like
Still
5
don't
hours
know.
late.
I remember asking that at the time.
Yeah. And then there's some like people who'd like travelled for ages, and we got there.
It was in
and
that bunker next to the
Yeah.
chemical factory, wasn't it?
It was fucking weird.
That was sick.
Zwickau, yeah. Loz really
Zwickau,
needed
yeah.
a piss, and I was like, no time. We just need to get set up.
Yeah.
And he was
fuck.
so
Oh,
angry.
yeah, he was so
Oh.
bummed.
Yeah.
Raging. I was bursting. Oh,
You
Well,
smashed it,
yeah.
to be fair.
that was stressful.
What was the best and the worst show on that tour?
Best show was Regensburg for me.
Oh, that was a good one.
It was like
That was
'cause
a really good one.
there was loads of people there. It was like the busiest. Probably was it the busiest show?
Definitely was the busiest show, yeah.
Yeah, but it also arrived at like a perfect time when we'd had a couple of like not great. We had the one in Graz, which wasn't great,
Mhm.
and somewhere else, and it was just like bad journeys and whatnot. And then like that one just arrived at the perfect time.
Yeah,
And,
that
like,
was good.
It was just really busy, and we sold like 600 euros of merch or something, and like covered like basically saw us through for the rest of the tour kind of thing.
Yeah, well sorted everyone out, that one.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
And yeah,
Back
I think,
there, didn't you?
Huh?
You went back there, didn't you? With
We did. Everything went wrong.
yeah, literally, we shouldn't have.
no.
We jinxed it. Yeah, we were like,
Fuck.
we'll just have exactly the same experience, but
We
like,
went back to Modern Rituals, yeah, and like everything.
it was all right. But yeah, like my
Oh,
my
in your
guitar-
head as well, were you there?
Yeah, well, I was like
it's
fully
We were amping it up
sick.
for them,
Oh,
so
no.
Yeah.
this place.
It was all right, but like one of my pedals broke mid song,
Which
so you
one?
had to do the thing of like unplug everything and figure out what's happening, and then
Was it a good one?
it was my chorus pedal, so it wasn't the same, thankfully. But then like my guitar pickup somehow halfway through a song, I like managed to smash it into the body of the guitar, and like just shit just went wrong, and we shouldn't have gone back because it was such an like amazing experience when we'd done it with you. Yeah, but that was great. That was my favorite, and then least favorite was probably Graz, which might have been the day before.
That's when you guys went on at like 1 a.m. on a Wednesday.
Oh no,
Yeah,
yeah.
it just
I was
dragged
literally,
on.
as you were saying Graz, I was like, that is a bad one, but I can't remember why.
That was the drunkest I've ever seen you play.
Yo.
Yeah, you just.
That's
you
why I
were
don't
like-
remember. Like,
You were like,
don't-
"Fuck it." You made the right decision, I think, because
Well, we got to. Well, I mean, we were supposed to go on at what 10,
yeah,
maybe 9 or
At
something.
10, but you went on at 1.
yeah. So basically,
and then
the
it kept
support,
getting pushed back. and getting
Yeah,
pushed back.
the support band, they sat. It was so strange. I've never experienced a show like it. They literally sound checked their whole set. They sound checked
Yeah,
like
fuck.
every single song in their set. So they played a half an hour set, and then it was like 9 o'clock by the time they finished. And then like we kept asking the promoter like, "Oh, when are they going on?" And she was like, "Oh, their friends are coming, so I'm just pushing it back a bit." And then like a few of their friends showed up, and they went on at like 11. And then yeah, it was just like not
It
the
was
one.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I was just like, by that point, I was just like, nah, this is a throwaway show.
Right off, yeah.
There's going to be one dude at the bar that just can't be asked to go home watching. Like,
There were some fucking long drives on that tour, actually. No, I think
Silly drives, yeah.
yeah.
yeah, I'd never
Crazy.
book those kind of drives again. It's obviously sick, but
Yeah, that was but it was again like the van didn't help. We like it was literally broken, wasn't it? We got it back, and it turns out like the turbo wasn't working.
yeah,
So
all
it's just-
sorts of like. I swear, Rory had to like properly like get the engine done.
Yeah,
afterwards.
it was.
I dropped it off at a garage in Crawley.
Mm.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, shit.
I left it. Yeah,
And he had to get the train back, didn't he?
Anyone else?
I think one of my favourites was Erlangen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was like a really fun show, but not because of the show. It was like everything else. It was like chilling by that like river bit. That was really cool. And then like Ben showed up that day, and
yeah, Jordan met that guy from wherever
from his hometown as well. Yeah. And then
Warrington.
Warrington.
Loz, that promoter made you put your shirt back on.
Oh, that fucks me off so much.
The lamp as well. The lamp. Fucking lamp.
The lamp. That's what I was
Remember
trying to say. Yeah, the lamp. Yeah.
There's a lamp, like just this weird, like old lady, just like you'd see in your living room, just incongruously, just placed on stage behind
like any practice space.
Drummer. It was so weird. It was a really weird show. I'll tell you what, another amazing one was Lucerne. Just
that was so
penultimate show. So that was like next
everyone
to the
there was
lake.
amazing. Stage was sick. Sound was well good. Everyone got really hyped about it.
Yeah.
Outside was crazy. Swam in that lake.
Yeah,
sick.
Lovely weather. Loads of lovely food, beers.
I even went in water on that day, and I don't do that. I watched the bags.
Everyone watched the bags that day.
You go do your thing. Yeah. I went in the sea, but at one point I started to panic, and Lilford like held me up like a toddler, like by your nose, by the ribs, and was like, "You fine? You're absolutely okay." He just like took all my weight, and I was just like, "I'm gonna get out now." So I left.
There's a jokes video of like Simon just bombing it in.
Oh, when he falls like so hard.
Ben's like, "Don't run, it's slippery."
Don't run, it's rocky.
Yeah, Lucerne was sick. Just being in Switzerland was crazy on that drive in. That was mad.
Yeah. The scenery was just amazing.
Yeah, all the hills just look like Teletubbies. It's mad.
Yeah.
You love to hear it. Well, I'm gonna call this interview / meeting done, and then we can keep nattering afterwards. But I think we'll just let everyone who's watching in the future
listen up, future you did it.
What's going on, y'all? My name is Evan, and this is Into It Over. Thanks for coming to the BSM Records pop-up. I haven't played acoustic in a really long time, so we'll see how loose this all goes. But welcome to our practice space here in Chicago. It's good to see you guys.
dark entry all for a darkened door. A nice night to speak at the length of this week. And for the first time in a long time, haven't had to search for the word. For the first time in a long time, I'm yours. Distracted and cryptic, you've changed the locks. I've spent most of my life inside the back of my mind. But for the first time in a long time, truly had to search for my thoughts. For the first time in a long time, I'm lost. Reminding myself what we are. We are what we are. Well, you don't deserve to erase all our dates. You see, these well-traveled states, they all lead to our gate. But for the first time in a long time, I truly had to search for the floor. For the first time in a long time, I'm worse. Reminding myself what we are. We are what we are. Reminding myself what we are. We are what we are. We are what we are. With nothing left to explain, so I carried every letter like a hearse. For what it's worth, I seek catharsis in the interest of others. There's really no need for us to repeat. There's really no need for one more of me. When there's no more of me. Born too late, you always find my interest remaining intact just behind the time. A waste of space, expired sound and blueprints, piece by piece they all fall in line to what has been addressed as for youth in aftermath. It's just like me to recover one another. I'm another, impressed by how we balanced out, leveled up and laying down on the concrete inside your mouth. So can you trace this distance from me to you, so I could etch this on my spine, replace my face with just a blurry memory? You must be kidding me. My busted mouth, I've come to find life's creative ways to speak my mind and confess with my youth in aftermath. It's just like me to recover one another from another, impressed My aching brain doesn't process things the same. 30 muscles fade in 20 years. How you have changed. My aching brain doesn't focus quite the same. It's 30 minutes fade into 20 years. How could I change? My aching brain doesn't process things the same. 30 muscles fade in 20 years. How you have changed. My aching brain doesn't focus quite the same. It's 30 minutes fade into 20 years. How could I change? Thank you for those watching at home. Being safe, wearing masks, washing hands, growing beards, big bushy beards. Struggling to find the best place to start. It's in the in-between and where the car is parked. But you made yourself clear. High court of common, full and judicial peers. As you swore off your local language, started backing off. It's one wall missing when there should be four. Trust fund tipping off a common score. Treasure for does your saving. Keep where your father's accounting is. Balance the checks on the uneven floor. As I swore off your local language and started backing on. I guess it's easy to be so pleasantly pleased when it's dad's autograph always signing. Now I'm backing off. So friggin' sick, always backing off. I'm struggling to find the best place to stay. I'm always in the in-between of a parking space. While you projecting on favors and all talking shit with expressions you stole from the face of the dollar who's earning your pay. As I swore off your local language and started backing off. I guess it's easy to say that we're not the same. The real world is out there but can't carry you away. Thanks, y'all. So I'm putting out a new record. It's my first in a very long time. It's called Figure. And this is the first song I've released from that record. It's about a road trip, escapism, finding yourself, having a friend kind of save your life. Yeah, the song's called Living Up to Let You Down. cut me loose a 9-hour excuse. Sunset visit to the reddest estates. It's new blues for the highway to choose. I-65 for when the hour is late. It's over or it's under. It's on the east side and it's the setting to getting better. Apply the brakes and clip a common mistake. It's not a problem just to sit here and wait. But don't you know what they're about? Living up to let you down. So quick to strike up a tune on every evening where I carry us home. So quick to strike up a tune on every evening where I carry us. Bonfires, drives of desire between the suburbs and what's left of this place. Tattoos, sweet boots and a noose, now just reminders of the city ahead. It's over or it's under. It's a disaster and we keep betting it's getting better. It's Wells fun for those who turn 21. Getting older doesn't brighten the day. So don't you know what they're about? Living up to let you down. So quick to strike up a tune on every evening where I carry a song. And I'll sing along, but the feeling's gone. I've got a couple dozen cities I could share with you. Couple stories we could tuck beneath a tennis shoe. Couple secrets we could hide between each other's hands. Couple moments we could squeeze between some other plans. We've got a couple different futures we could call our own. Shared apartment or just talking on the telephone. You move a block away and we'll go on with both our lives. Cold conditions where the past of alternating dies. Stiff drinks abandoned before they sink. Another neighborhood to carefully drown. Farewell from the fever to tell. We need to move this to a new side of town. So we'll strike up a tune on every evening where I carry a song. And I'll sing along, but the feeling's gone. So quick to strike up a tune on every evening where I carry a song. So quick to strike up a tune on every evening where I carry us.
I've only ever played that live. I guess this isn't live, but well, maybe it's live. Do you think it's live? Does it feel live? Only ever played that one other time, and it was in Japan. So it's cool to be able to do it now in England via Chicago.
I think you've had enough to handle, and I can see it in your smile. It's become a function of a fashion, as if satisfaction's going out of style. Whoa, 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 whoa. And with a blessing of perception, and I see sorrow in your eye. Oh, like the candidate for caution, crossing your sentimental line. And if it's okay, could I stay a while? Color-coded, calming you. The walls are barren, they're just like you. Hardly motivated, a destitute desire. never sleeping, only drinking and alone. They soak their 20s into 10s like their 20s never end. Upstate blues, they will paint your room gold and gray like New York in you. I perceive the scene I see. If misery loves company, then what does that make me? Dusting footprints here, tracing the names of your friends who've escaped me. Advise you to leave Niagara. It makes headstones. You've turned all the tricks beneath your sleeve. Should become what you've always feared. And I know this all seems absurd to hear. But I couldn't follow through. Awesome, thanks y'all. I'm gonna give another new one a shot. I've actually never played it for anybody, or at least solo, so. The song's called We Prefer Indoors. It's a good thing I was there to finish your thought. You're an attacking blacks and with flags that I've masked. You know I'm not the same as the poor you brought around before. I don't deserve that resentment. Leave, take off before you see. Disappear, get lost before you're seen. Or will it a wall? Will it a wall? At early ages we were taught to explore. Now we just stare at the floor. An open window, an endless stretch of time outside. Yet we prefer indoors. Leave, take off before you're seen. Disappear, get lost before you're seen. Please leave, take off before you're seen. Disappear, get lost before you're seen. Or will it a wall? Will it a wall? Will it a wall? A king, a queen, inconvenience, a beginner's guide to annoyance. May your lonely hearts be free. 'Cause an option for the optionless is me. But you're a leash just some distance, and I've heard it all. Path of most resistance. Oh, please take off before you disappear. Get lost before you see. Please leave, take off before you see. Disappear. Get lost before you see. No willing to walk. Willing to walk. Please leave. Take off before you see. Disappear. Get lost before you see. No willing to walk. Not bad. First time. Alright, y'all. Recently, after years and years of being asked and being lazy and finally having the rights back to my songs, I have put the very, very, very first Into It Over material back on the internet. So 52 weeks came, I started writing it, working on it in 2007, carried me through 2008, and then I got a physical release in 2009. This was week 4. So technically, this is the 4th song that I ever wrote for this project. So thank you so much to you for tuning in. Thanks to BSM for putting this together. Stay safe, take care of each other out there. Love you guys. Thank you so much. My name's Evan. It's Into It Over. Urban royalty on 6th Street. Her clothes are finely pressed. My blue jeans won't miss me. But let's go change your shoe. Your feet must be killing you. And the car's not full. And everyone has something awful to say. Just try not to pay attention, 'cause they're all fucked up anyway. And remember that it's okay if we don't see eye to eye today, 'cause I'll be there for you tomorrow. Steady, faithful as your anchor, trying to keep the water safer in the wake of this town. The wake of this town. So take this with you to the West Coast. List of some things I would like more. And maybe we'll find a few. I'll make it up to you when you get home. Steady and faithful as my anchor, trying to keep water safer in the wake of this town. The heart of my town.
Thanks, Sean.